Let's talk about, I want to lay a foundation because when people look at you, for example, a very confident person, accomplished person, a high caliber person, and some people may think that you don't have any challenge to develop confidence. They may think that you don't sometimes question yourself or doubt yourself or feel insecure. I have my own. I want to hear yours. In my case, there are many reasons that could challenge my confidence. And one of the reasons for me is whenever I make a shift from one career to another career,
Mm.
I question I had confidence. I was confident. But the moment I make a move, I'm starting from scratch, doubting myself, feeling insecure. I remember when I was a researcher, the people around me, they were accomplished. They published on peer-reviewed journals. I didn't even know how research was done, let alone to publish. When I was a software engineer, the people around me, they knew how to code. They built website, apps, software. I didn't know even to code basic things. The same thing when I became a leadership expert, coach, consultant. Yeah, I knew how to speak, but I didn't know how to facilitate. I didn't know how to coach. I didn't know how to consult. And recently, also, I made a move to commercial real estate and business brokerage. My senior partners, my mentors, they have decades of experience. They closed multi-million dollar deals. Now I'm here into a new field, never closed, never had any experience. And you can imagine the uncertainty, the doubt, the fear, the insecurities that I face. But here is one thing that was different compared to what happened years ago. That
Mhm.
one difference is I keep on moving. I may be doubtful today, I may be uncertain today. I may lose confidence today, but I will say, you know what? I won't quit. I will see what happens tomorrow. At one point down the road, my fear, my doubt, my insecurity is gone. Now I have confidence because I kept on going. I kept on practicing. I kept on going out while fearing, doubtful, insecure. I want to know your case. If in the past, did you feel insecurity? Did you question yourself? And most importantly, what do you do to pull out yourself from that kind of situations?
Well, I think you hit it. One of the keys is that you keep moving despite self-doubt. I one instance that I talk about a lot in some of our courses is when I joined Dale Carnegie full time. See, I become an adjunct. I was an adjunct or part-time trainer, like about half our trainers are. Early in my career, and I did that for about 20 years. And then I joined Dale Carnegie full time in 2006. And at the 2007 International Convention of Dale Carnegie being held in Acapulco, Mexico, I was asked to give a 5-minute motivational talk to the general session following the keynote of the CEO. And I remember being backstage with Rick Gallegos, my friend and CEO of Dale Carnegie Tampa Bay, who was going to introduce me. And I was so nervous. My mouth was cotton, my hands were sweaty, I was jittery. And I remember, looking at Rick and saying, wow, I haven't felt like this about making a presentation since I was like 16 years old. I mean, I was on TV every day at the Home Shopping Network for 10 years. I'd, been on camera doing videos for a decade. I had all this experience at presenting, but this was a special situation that really challenged my confidence. And, I went through all the same things: breathing, positive self-talk, visualizing success, and rehearsing in my mind how I was going to begin, how I knew I wanted to close it. And so when, I went out there on stage, I was still feeling all of that, but I executed what I had planned and done. My only regret in that was that when it ended, I was still so hyped up and nervous that I immediately shot off stage and I missed the standing ovation that I had gotten from the 1,000 people in the audience. So, part of it is, and we'll talk about this more in detail, is that you don't have to feel confident to act confidently. And it's that confidence is a feeling, an emotion, if you will, but you don't have to have it to act that way. You don't have to have it to move forward. So when you act confidently, then the confidence follows. If I get that chance to speak like that again, right, and I've had some similar things, I'll be way more confident. So just like you, once you do those things, then the confidence grows.
Correct. I'm glad you brought that up, because at the end of the day, you lead your emotions. You don't allow the emotions to lead you. Yeah, you may feel fearful, you may not have confidence, but if you keep on taking, I think it is James William, the founder of modern psychology from Harvard University, who said that action leads emotions. What he's saying is what you said, which is, even if you are fearful, even if your emotions are not empowering, supporting you, if you keep on acting on your fears and keep on going, what happens? Your emotion change. That's why I advise my coaches, my trainees, nobody, even experienced speakers, if you put them in front of an audience they have never been before, or if they're speaking on a topic they haven't prepared, they may have this butterfly down there, feeling nervous, a little bit scared. But the difference is they know how to channel nervousness. They feel it, they acknowledge it. Like you say, they may breathe, they may do certain things to channel it quickly. The difference between the pros, the masters, and the beginners is, the beginners, it may take them long. And like you mentioned, for example, you managed to speak, but in the end, you didn't stop, absorbed the accolades, the uploads, and you rushed because it took you a little bit longer to manage that kind of fear. But the more you experience, the more you could be able to handle that kind of situations.